Okay, so we've created a Google form for our students, and now it's time for them to take it. Natural question that arises is, how do I get this form to my students? So in Google, we're used to clicking the blue share button. We see that in forms, this is slightly different. It's still blue, but it says send form. Now this would work to send it via email to colleagues or parents, but the problem is that our students don't have email accounts associated with their Google Drive accounts. So we're not going to be able to send the form to them this way. We're going to need to get the link to the live form to them, and there's a few different ways that you can do this. If you use an online learning management system like Google Classroom or Edmodo, you can copy this link to share, and a little keyboard shortcut as you have it highlighted and you press Ctrl+C at the same time to copy it. This link is the same as your View Live Form link. So I can either copy it from that blue Send Form box, or I can open the live form and I can copy the link here. And now I'm just going to paste this link into my Google Classroom or put it on my classroom website. But some of us might be looking for a different option. So this is a really long, confusing web address, and there's no way that our students are going to navigate to this by typing it in to the address bar. But what we can do is we can turn it into a tiny URL that will be easier for our students to remember and type. So you're still going to copy the link to the form, and then in a new tab or window, you can navigate to www.tinyurl.com. And I just need to authenticate in Lightspeed here. This is unrelated. Here we are at tinyurl.com, and it says to enter a long URL, which is basically just a web address to make tiny. So I've already copied it from my live form view here. So I'm just going to paste it into this box. I can do Ctrl+V as in Victor to paste it. And then all of them are going to start with tinyurl.com/something. So let's see if I can call this basic Google form and click on Make Tiny URL. And I was successful. It tells me that it was created. It shows me what my new URL is. Now, you'll still be able to get to this form from this long, confusing web address, but now you'll also be able to get to it from the tiny URL you've created. So you could write this on the board, or you can put it on little half sheets of flyers that you send home, and students would get to your form by simply typing it in. tinyurl.com/basic Google form. And you can see that it took me to this form and I can fill it out. One thing to be careful of is that you do not want to add your students as collaborators. If you are adding them as collaborators, you are giving them the ability to actually edit the questions in this form. Here's another option. Sometimes our students don't have the technology at home and they're not able to complete these forms that we create for them. In that instance, you can print your Google form. Now, if I just go and print this page here, it's not going to look as pretty. We've got weird headers and spaces where we don't want them. So here's a trick for you. Rather than print the live form view, you're going to print it from the edit form view. And when we choose print from this view, we get something that's a lot nicer to look at and easier for our students to fill out on paper. So now you know how to share your Google Forms with your students. Thanks for watching.